Good morning, students. To get into the deep knowledge of this session, we have to get what first? That is a prerequisite. That is nothing but we have to get the knowledge of the 12th standard physics. Objective of this session is nothing but to get the knowledge of the different components, just like L, C, R, and get the knowledge of laws. That means the Kirchhoff law is the basic of the Kirchhoff voltage law and the Kirchhoff current law. To get into the deep knowledge of these laws and the different components, just have a look of the electric current. What do you mean by electric current? Electric current is nothing but the rate of flow of electric charge from one point to the another point. Means when there is a potential difference between the 2 points, means they are having the high potential to the lower potential. Means charge will flow from the higher potential to the lower potential to balance this distribution of the points. So means we can say the flow of the charge is nothing but the electric current with respect to the time. In the last slide, we have seen the definition of the current. Means the charge flow from one point to the another point. Let's say q coulomb charge is transferred from these 2 points in the t seconds. Then in the difference form, we can calculate the current, that is nothing but the I is equal to dq by dt, differential charge to per unit time. Let's again have a look for some passive components such like resistor, inductor, capacitor, and transformer. Let's first look at resistor. Resistor is nothing but taken as a positive element or as a component. It plays a passive role in any electric circuit. It just the flow opposes the flow of the current that is flowing through it. Now look at some resistors. Here you can see the lot of resistors having the different values. Like we can calculate the resistance value by the color coding as well as some multimeter. Here you can see there's some color code. Here you can see, and then color composition is over there, and then in the finally their internal side they're having a lead. Right, this is having called the fixed resistance. Means its value is a fix. We can't change this value. Suppose it is a 100 ohm, so it means the 100 ohm always. If you go for the another type of resistor, that is called the variable resistor. Have you seen in the 12th laboratory, that is called the rheostat. With the sliding this pipe, we can increase or decrease its value. This is also type of some variable resistance. Next is the inductor. Inductor is also considered a passive element of the circuit because it can store the energy in the magnetic field. It can deliver the energy, first store it, and then deliver energy in the other form. Right? The energy absorbing and the delivering capacitive inductor is limited and transient in the nature. Right? It is also shows the energy. That's why inductor is taken as the passive element in the circuit. Just like a capacitor is also considered a passive element, which can also store the energy. Always we heard about the parallel plate capacitor. Parallel plate capacitor means it is having the two plates, right? And in between the dielectric medium is there. If we apply one charge on the one plate, then definitely some other potential charge will apply in the second plate. Suppose we are giving the positive charge in one plate, then we'll get the negative charge on the other plate. This is called the capacitor. It is also used as an energy storage. And transformer is nothing but also passive, but it can increase or decrease the voltage. It can form of the step up or a step down. Right? If you increase the voltage, then we have to go for the step up. If you want to decrease the voltage, then we have go for the step down, and it will depend upon the number of coils, either primary or the secondary. Here you can see the picture of the passive elements, that is transformer, and some active element that is called the transistor. Now what is the basic difference in the bilateral element and the unilateral? Bilateral means two, means if a current is flowing by the both direction in any component, it is called the bilateral elements. Just like resistor, capacitor, inductor, this is called the bilateral elements. Unilateral means single. If a current is flowing only through one direction, those components is always called the unilateral. Just like a simple is the diode. Diode is acting as a switch. It can flow the current from one direction, that is in the forward bias only. Now, another type of elements that are called the lumped and the distributed element. Lumped element is such type of element in which the voltage across the current does not vary with the dimension of the element, is called the lumped element. Just like resistor current is simple closed loop electrical circuit, and distributed when the voltage across the current through the element changes with the dimension of the element is called the distributed element. Same example we can take here, the resistance of the transmission line. If we increase the length of the resistance in a transmission line, the output will change. Okay, let's have some idea about the Kirchhoff law. In 1845, a German physicist, that is a Gustav Kirchhoff, is just to give the two laws. One is terms of the current, one is of terms of voltage, is namely known as Kirchhoff current law and Kirchhoff voltage laws. That's like, so we can say there are two rules commonly known as the Kirchhoff current law, with one of the Kirchhoff dealing with the current flowing around the closed circuit, that is also KCL, while the other law deals with the voltage source that present the closed circuit is called the KVL. So let's say one by one. Let's first Kirchhoff current law. Kirchhoff current law is nothing but it is said that algebraic sum of all the currents meeting at the node is zero. Means what is the state? It means suppose there is a circuit having the too many nodes. Suppose we consider one node, that particular node, some currents are incoming towards that node and some current leaving that node. So algebraic sum all the current that are incoming and the outgoing is zero, or different, you can say the other words, the algebraic sum of all the currents entering the node is equal to leaving a node, that is I exit dot I entering, means entering currents equals to leaving currents. This idea of commonly known as the conservation of the charge, means we can say the charge is safe, it will change from one form to the another form. Just here you can see the figure. Suppose this is a node, right? Suppose three currents are incoming towards nodes, let's say I1, I2 and I3, and two currents are leaving the node, let's say I4 and I5. So whatever the current coming inside the node we have to take as a positive, and what a current is leaving the node we have to take as a negative. So according to law we can write I1 plus I2 plus I3 we are taking as a positive because it is incoming towards node, and minus I4 minus I5 we are taking negative because it are leaving the nodes. So finally we can write I1 plus I2 plus I3 minus I4 minus I5 equals to 0. This is called the first law, that is called the KCL. Let's have a look at the second law, that is a KVL. KVL is what? In any network, the algebraic sum of voltage around the loop is equal to 0. In other words, the algebraic sum of all the voltage rises to equal to algebraic sum of all the voltage drop within the loop is 0. Means we can say for a closed loop the input voltage equals to all other voltage, or summation of all the voltage within this loop is equals to 0. It is also denote the conservation of energy. Just like a figure, suppose there is a 4 branch A to B, B to C, C to D and D to A, right? Some resistance are there, R, there are 4 resistance. So according to law we can write VAB, VBC plus VCD plus VDA equals to 0.